and welcome to part 22 of The Wizard of Oz. We're now on chapter 21, which is called The Lion Becomes the King of the Beasts. They've made it to the other side of the China Wall, and let's see what happens next. After mountain climbing down from the China Wall, the travellers determined themselves in disagreeable US, complete of louvs and marshes and included with tall rank grass. It changed into difficult to walk without falling into muddy holes, for the grass was so thick that it hid them from sight. However, through carefully choosing their way, they were given adequately along until they reached stable ground. But here the United States seemed wilder than ever, and after a long and tiresome stroll via the underbush, they entered any other forest in which the trees had been larger and older than any they had ever seen.
"This forest is perfectly delightful," declared the Lion, looking round him with pleasure. "Never have I seen a greater stunning region."
"It seems gloomy," said the Scarecrow.
"Not a chunk of it," spoke back the Lion. "I need to want to stay here all my existence. See how smooth the drive leads are under your feet, and the way rich and inexperienced the moss is that clings to those old timber. Surely no wild beast should wish a pleasanter domestic."
"Perhaps there are wild beasts in the forest now," said Dorothy.
"I suppose there are," again the Lion, "but I do no longer see any of them approximately."
They walked through the woodland until it had become too darkish to go any further. Dorothy and Toto and the Lion lay all the way down to sleep, whilst the Woodman and the Scarecrow kept watch over them as regular. When morning got here, they started out once more. Before they had gone a long way, they heard a low rumble, as of the growling of many wild animals. Toto whimpered a touch, but none of the others changed into nervous, and they saved along the well-trodden route until they got there to a gap in the timber, in which had been accumulated masses of beasts of every range. There were tigers and elephants and bears and wolves and foxes and all the others inside the natural records, and for a moment Dorothy became afraid. But the Lion defined that the animals had been holding a meeting, and he judged through their snarling and growling that they had been an exceptional problem. As he spoke, numerous of the beasts caught sight of him, and straightway the wonderful assemblage hushed as if by magic. The largest of the tigers came up to the Lion and bowed, announcing, "Welcome, O King of Beasts! You have come in proper time to fight our enemy and convey peace to all the animals of the wooded area over again."
"What is your hassle?" asked the Lion quietly.
"We are all threatened," replied the tiger, "by using a fierce enemy which has recently come into this forest. It is a most outstanding monster, like a fantastic spider, with a frame as huge as an elephant and legs as long as a tree trunk. It has 8 of those long legs, and as the monster crawls via the woodland, he seizes an animal with a leg and drags it to his mouth, wherein he eats it as a spider does a fly. Not one of us is safe while this fierce creature is alive, and we had called a meeting to determine how to attend to ourselves while you came among us." The Lion considered for a moment.
"Are there some other lions in this forest?" he requested.
No, there had been a few, but the monster has eaten all of them, and besides, there were none of them almost so massive and courageous as you.
"If I placed a stop on your enemy, will you bow all the way down to me and obey me as king of the forest?" inquired the Lion.
"We will try this gladly," lower back the tiger, and all of the other beasts roared with amazing roar. "We will!"
"Where is this high-quality spider of yours now?" requested the Lion.
"Yonder, a few of the oak's trees," said the tiger, pointing along with his forefoot.
"Take suitable care of those pals of mine," stated the Lion, "and I will pass straight away to fight the monster."
He bade his comrades goodbye and marched proudly away to do war with the enemy. The splendid spider changed into lying asleep when the Lion observed him, and it regarded so unpleasant that its foe turned up his nostril in disgust. Its legs had been quite as long as the tiger had said, and its body covered with coarse black hair. It had an exquisite mouth with a row of sharp enamel and foot lengthy, but its head became joined to the pudgy frame by using a neck as slim as a wasp's waist. This gave the Lion a touch of the first-rate way to assault the creature, and as he knew it turned into easier to combat it asleep than awake. He gave an amazing spring and landed without delay upon the monster's returned. Then, with one blow of his heavy paw, sorry, look at this. Hello. One blow of his heavy paw, all alarmed, with sharp claws. He knocked the spider's head from its frame, jumping down. He watched it till the lengthy legs stopped wiggling, while he knew it was quite lifeless. Sorry about this, everybody. Have a little puppy look trying to play. The lion went lower back to the outlet in which the beasts of the woodland had been anticipating him, and said proudly,
"You won't fear your enemy now, not."
Then the beasts bowed right down to the lion as their king, and he promised to return lower back and rule over them as soon as Dorothy changed into competently on her way to Kansas. And the next chapter is called The Country of the Quadlings, which we will look at another time. Sorry about the wobbling, guys. See you soon.